Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 7, the last day here on Cyan Beach for this week. We're starting off with a recovery incense. Very nice. And we're also starting off with a dark screen, as always. 6,068 sneaky snacking, which is a bit misleading, a little slow on the draw again. Didn't see how much we got earlier, but it looks like a decent chunk because I was just about 10% into Master 4 when I went to bed last night. But let's go ahead and grab our sleep points. Only 99. So that's going to put us at 7,240. And while we're here, we can go ahead and grab our daily lottery. Hopefully get some diamonds, but biscuits are good too. Can never turn down biscuits. And now let's jump into the sleep report and see if Pincer or Mr. Mime or Meganium or something useful has shown up. There's a lot of things that we could benefit from. 8 hours and 26 minutes on session 169. 23% dozing, which bodes well. That's a interesting little spike right there. That bodes well for our chances of seeing the pincer we're desperately seeking, but we got slumbering instead. That's kind of surprising. I was kind of under the impression, just by how things had gone for me, that if you get above 15% dozing, it's pretty much guaranteed dozing type, but I guess I was mistaken. 37.7 million drowsy power. We've got a full board today. So a good chance of finding what we want, or something useful at least. Let's see. Ooh, Golduck. Couple of Mime Juniors. Those aren't bad. So we've got an Igglybuff, 2 Mime Juniors, a Wartortle, Golduck, and a Sudowoodo. Which leaves us with 2 new sleep styles. Very good. I think that only leaves us, what is that, 2 more. And we have the 240 for Lapis. But, ooh, new Bonsley. Watery-eyed sleep that is glitched out. Well, that's fun. Okay. So that's the 3-star. Is that everything for Bonsley? Yep, that's the last one. Bonsley is now finished. And then who else? Oh, new Squirtle. 3-star. Okay, so 3-star Squirtle also glitched out. But not. Okay, well, that's weird. Now we've got Mime Jr.'s little outflung sleep here. This whole thing is just messing up today. All right. I'm going to have to make sure to look when I'm editing. Oh, it won't let me click OK. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I was going to say I'm going to have to look while I'm editing and see if it did the same thing for the Bonsley. Let's see. Is the OK button somehow over here under this picture? No? Well, looks like I am going to have to restart the game. Okay, we're back. And it looks like it glitched out to the point that we have to actually redo the Bonsley and the Squirtle sleep, which they're in different places now. It looks like, oh, well, at least they're right by each other. All right, now we're looking like it's supposed to. I think that might be the last Squirtle. Sleep, yep, last Squirtle sleep style. Squirtle's now finished. Bonsley also finished. Kind of a weird glitch. I've never seen that one before. All right, so now that that's wrapped up, let's see what is going on with anybody. We do have a hunger, not the one we want to be hungry. Also not one we need to be hungry. But at least we're finally getting hungries again. I was hoping that it wasn't just a one-off. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And that we would start getting more frequent hungries. But here's the question. How do we do this? I kind of want to catch both of these Mime Juniors. Just not really sure what the most optimal strategy would be. I think, let's see, we've got 5 biscuits. I think first things first, we top one off with Poke Biscuits. Just to try to min-max our use of the biscuit. And of course, well, that's fine too. That I'm okay with that. I just wish that that would have waited until I feed this Mime Junior. I see. It would have been nice if that big hit would have happened there instead. Because now we're still going to have to use biscuits. And hopefully we get a big hit here too. Nope. Just the one. Just don't be full. Just stay hungry. Okay, we're good. So 2 Mime Juniors going home with us today. And I did put in work on the Golduck, but I'm not really worried about it right now. So we're just going to leave that Golduck as it is. I think I just fed it a bonus biscuit because there was nothing else that I really cared for that showed up that day. Yeah, I think that's it. There's not really, we already have 2 pretty decent Blastoise. We do need a better one eventually, but it's not a high priority right now. And out of everything we got today, not really anything that is going to be super beneficial for people other than the Mime Junior candy, just because it's a psychic type. Igglybuff could be helpful, but I feel like people probably have a lot of Igglybuff candy already just because of how useful Wigglytuff is. I feel like most people have sent out a lot of Igglybuff candy over the last few months. So we'll send out some Mime Junior just to help, since it is a psychic type. At least maybe it can help somebody at Lapis. But we did get 1,946 research XP and 3,312 dream shards, which we're going to need pretty soon. But let's go ahead and switch on over and see how good these Mime Juniors turned out to be. Hopefully one of them is solid. Where is Mime Junior? There you are. All right, so we've got level 11 and Hasty, which might be good. I don't recall what Hasty is. Tomatoes, not so great. And then Leeks. Let's see. Skill Trigger M, starting off, which is not the best, but it's okay. Skill Trigger S, doubling up on that, not great. Inventory Up L is good. Research XP bonus, not too bad. Helping Speed M all the way at level 100, not the best. And then we've got Hasty. Oh, Hasty is not that good. I always think Hasty is Speed of Help Up. I know better because I said this, I think this week, that I had another one Hasty and I thought the same thing. But yeah, unfortunately, not very good. Only a 39 ingredient strength, 36 ingredient count. Not the best, so this will probably go to the professor. It doesn't have a good ingredient spread either, not what we'd want. So we'll send that one to the professor and we will move on to the next one. Level 12 and Quirky. All right. So we've got tomato, tomato, potato. It's also not the best ingredient spread. Ideally, we'd like to see the potatoes at level 30, but it is what it is. Maybe it'll be good in the long run. Let's see. Skill Trigger S, starting off not great. Helping Speed S, that is better. Not Inventory Up S. Come on, get it together. Ingredient Finder S is good. Helping Speed M, good. And Skill Level Up S, not the best capstone skill, but definitely not the worst. And Quirky is neutral. So this one's going to be all right. It might be better than the one we have already, because the one we have already is kind of trash, but 46 is not looking great. I think it might be right around the same as the Mime Jr. we have already, but I don't recall exactly what that one's rating was, just that it was low. But we did get the Mr. Mime, so maybe the Mr. Mime is better, but I'll hold on to this one for now. I'll throw it in the box just so I can check real fast the other Mime Jr. that we had. Nope, that's Mr. Mime. Was this one? I was sorely mistaken. The Mime Jr. we had earlier was way better. For some reason, I thought it was around 20 or 30%. How's that Mr. Mime looking, though? That's what I was thinking of. I guess the Mr. Mime was 28%. Well, all right, now we know. At least we got one decent one, but the one we had already was better, and I think had a better ingredient spread. So another one, probably straight to the professor, but I'll do some comparisons and team analysis and see who's going to be better in the long run. I've been trying to do more of that lately just to make sure that I have a more accurate idea of how Pokemon will develop over time and who's going to be better towards the late and end game. Still no new news. So yeah, it looks like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday next week we might get an update. That just me taking a guess on when they'll officially in-game announce the new island. But we'll just have to wait and see. We did get a new medal. Probably, ooh, number of rock type, 100. Sudowoodo pushing us over that. A Dream Cluster S for that. Kind of a lackluster reward, but Dream Shards are Dream Shards, I guess. We've got 45 reports today. Very good. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them that doubled. Fantastic. So 13, that would be... I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. My math is real bad today, so I'm not even going to guess. You tell me what that was. 13 out of 45. It's good odds either way. Well, let's go ahead, and we actually have something very important to do today. Because today is Sunday. I need all of those eggs. All of those eggs. That might have been exactly the number of eggs I needed. We're going to start off with a skill trigger from Gengar, 1460 strength. I also need all of those mushrooms and fiery herbs. That's why Gengar was put on the team last night before I went to bed. And our inventory space is full. But it's about to not be. So, what we're going to do, since today is Sunday, I almost hit the auto cook button and that would have been terrible. We are going to make something brand new. And what I want to do is test the meal calculator and see how accurate it is. So this will be level 1. And we're only going to do exactly what we need for the base ingredients. So we need 15 eggs, 10 apples, 20 honey. Where's the honey? There it is. And what is that? 10 milk? Yeah, 10 milk. So we've got craft soda. Now we have the unknown recipe. So now let's put in these 6 mushrooms. Let's put in the 4 cocoa. And 12. Let's see, we've still got another 25 pot space. So we're going to do all 12 of the fiery herbs. What else do we want to throw in here? We can do these 3 potatoes. All right. Still have 10 more space. So let's, just for funsies, let's throw in 1 slowpoke tail. And we will, let's see. Let's do 6 more honey. Because we're over the cap anyway. Ooh. Yeah, 6 more honey. So that'll make this 26. Come on. Why can't I get... There we go. So 26 honey. We will throw in 2 more milk. And 1 more egg. And that'll still leave us with enough ingredients to make lunch and dinner. And so all we have to worry about is getting the filler ingredients. But according to the calculator, we should have a meal with 18,586. I don't think it's exactly accurate, but it should be close enough. But we're going to find out just how accurate it is. So let's get this going. And we will see if we, in fact, get 18,586. Or if we get an extra tasty that completely ruins our experiment. So we're already at 4,797. 14,249. Okay, so now why was there such a disparity? Interesting. Why is it saying plus 35% is the other question. All right, well, we did get it to level 8 at least, so that's good. Now I just need to go and I guess read up on the documentation. Maybe it explains in there why there's such a disparity, but I feel like that big of a gap is kind of weird. But maybe I'm missing something. I went into this completely blind, just wanted to throw everything in there and see how accurate it was. Now I know that I only got about 2/3 of the projected strength. So, not sure. Definitely going to have to do some reading. There's a lot of reading involved in the next few days. But that is enough to put us to Master 5, which is great. That'll give us a pretty decent research tomorrow. Another 596 sneaky snacking. Some more mushrooms and herbs to go in the pot. Not interested in collecting from either of those two. I want their pack to stay full today. I do want you triggered, exactly what I wanted. No tails in there, but that's fine. And then we did get another medal for that should be Master 5 medal at Cyan. Yep. 2 handy candies, which we do desperately need. And then some notes. That is our last dessert recipe. So the last free diamonds we're going to get from making dessert. Still only need 1 more ingredient and only 7 more dishes across all recipe types. Our notes section is getting pretty full. Which, about the time that it gets full is when I want to see a new recipes come out. Just to always be right behind the updates would be nice. 158. We could make lunch right now, but we'd have to use some of those slowpoke tails, and I'm not entirely sure I want to do that. So I think I'm going to hold off, just stock up on some filler ingredients, and then I'll make lunch later on. But one thing we do need to finish before we wrap up today is we need to use some candies. And who is going to be the best person to use them on is the question. We need to use about 40 candies. And I think this is the right call. This war turtle has been putting in a lot of work and has done very well this week. So we're going to use about 44. That should be just enough. Yeah. I think it was like 42 or 43 candies I needed to use. So nothing wrong with that. We'll throw in those candies, wrap up the last of our weekly missions. At least I think it was the last one. We're about to find out. Yes, the last one of our weekly missions. It was worth some diamonds, so we definitely had to do it. I overestimated only about 30-something candies I needed to use. But oh well, we got it done. We'll get those candies back. It's not that big a deal. And that is going to do it for today. We finally made the Jigglypuff's Fruity Flan, and it didn't turn out as strong as we hoped, but we'll figure out why. The rest of the day should be pretty easy. Making lunch and dinner. We already have all the ingredients. We just need filler, like I said. We're at 429,000. We need 472 to make it to Master 6. I think that's possible, especially if we get an extra tasty. That should definitely be possible. Getting to Master 7, another 100,000 strength. I think an extra tasty would be the only way that that's possible. I know I said Master 6 would be possible with an extra tasty. I think it's possible to get there even without it, given the extra pot space on Sunday. But Master 7 will definitely require an extra tasty before we can get to that tonight. So that's the goal for sure. Master 6. We will see if we can get to Master 7. I'm going to push for it, but it's all going to be luck based. And y'all know how my luck is. So with that said, that's it for today. I appreciate you coming by and watching the video. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes.